They say some people don't learn until consequences knock louder than their pride. And trust me, Karen Whitfield, she thought she was untouchable. Until the day she messed with my daughter Ava. It started on a Wednesday morning. Birds were chirping, the neighborhood was calm, and I was sipping coffee on the porch when Ava came bursting through the door. Face red, eyes welling up. She said, "I can't wear this to school because it's too distracting." I blinked. "Who said that, sweetheart?" "That lady," she sniffled. "The one with the dog that wears sweaters in summer." That could only mean one person. Karen Whitfield, self-proclaimed queen of the HOA. Now, Ava wasn't wearing anything wild. Just a handmade t-shirt she'd proudly designed for the school's kindness. Week, a splash of bright color, a rainbow, and the words, "Choose empathy," scribbled in bubble letters. I crouched beside her. "She told you that you can't wear your kindness shirt?" "She said it doesn't meet the neighborhood image standards, and I was setting a bad example for the younger kids." I stood up so fast my chair toppled. Let me be clear. I'm a single dad, a quiet one. I don't cause waves. But the one thing I don't tolerate? Grown adults using their authority to humiliate a child. So I walked Ava to the corner where the school bus picks her up. Sure enough, there was Karen, standing there like a sentry with her little clipboard and scowl. She had her poodle, Winston, tucked under her arm like a furry badge of superiority. Before I could say anything, she snapped, "I already told your daughter, graphic shirts are not appropriate for the communal bus stop. The HOA has strict guidelines." I took a deep breath. "Karen, that shirt was made for Kindness Week. It promotes empathy. There's nothing offensive about it." She rolled her eyes. "It's not about offense. It's about consistency. We maintain an earth tone, palette and neutral imagery in all visible areas, including children's attire." Section 11.2, paragraph 5. I blinked. "Are you seriously trying to regulate my daughter's clothing because it doesn't match your mulch?" Karen stepped forward, lowering her voice to a hiss. "Rules are rules, Mr. Reynolds. She can wear whatever she wants on your property. But the second she steps into HOA shared space, she abides by our standards." That's when Ava quietly said, "Dad, I don't want to be late." Karen stepped between her and the curb. "Not with that shirt, young lady. Go change or don't go at all." Something inside me snapped. "Karen," I said, calm but firm, "you're not her principal. You don't control public transportation access. The bus stop is on a city easement." She puffed up. "I'm the HOA president." "That trumps—" "No, it doesn't." I pulled out my phone. "Step aside." Instead, she reached down, grabbed the hem of Ava's shirt, and tried to yank it up. That was it. I stepped between them, placed my hand gently but firmly on Karen's arm, and said, "Let go." She jerked back like she'd been scalded. "You just assaulted me." I laughed once. "You laid hands on a child. That's assault." The bus arrived seconds later. I told Ava it was okay to go. Karen tried to stop her again, but this time I stood fully in her path. "Try it," I said. She backed down, but not quietly. "You'll be hearing from the board," she snarled. "You've disrespected the rules. You're raising a disruptive child." I smiled, all teeth. "And you're about to learn the legal definition of harassment." That afternoon, I gathered my files. I'd kept everything. Screenshots from neighbors, emails Karen had sent threatening fines over chalk drawings, toys left on porches, even a letter claiming Halloween decorations attract criminal elements. She'd been on a power trip for years. At 6:30 p.m., I showed up at the HOA clubhouse in my uniform. That's right, I'm Officer Jackson Reynolds. Not that I like throwing my badge around, but sometimes people need reminding that authority isn't a toy. Karen was already at the head of the table, flanked by her usual clique of nervous yes-men. The second I walked in, whispers shot through the room like wildfire. She cleared her throat. "This emergency meeting concerns inappropriate attire and behavior at community spaces." She gestured to a projector screen, and up popped a photo of Ava in her rainbow shirt, taken that morning without our consent. Karen shook her head dramatically. "This is what we're dealing with." Chaos disguised as kindness. I stood slowly. "Karen Whitfield," I said clearly. "Before we get into shirt colors, I'd like to address something more pressing." Physical contact with a minor. She went pale. I turned to the room. My daughter was blocked from boarding a public school bus this morning. She was shamed, touched without consent, and emotionally harassed by a member of this board. Gasps echoed around the room. I held up my phone. We have security camera footage, witnesses, and under state law that qualifies as assault and interference with access to public education. Karen was trembling now. I was just enforcing rules. You grabbed a child's shirt, Karen. You took a photo without permission. You verbally intimidated her. A voice from the back piped up. It was Linda, a mom who lived down the block. She once yelled at my son for riding his scooter too loudly. Another hand raised. She fined us for our doormat because it had sunflowers. One by one, people started speaking. The dam had broken. I've also invited a guest tonight, I continued. County Code Inspector Davis. She'll be reviewing the HOA's enforcement patterns. Inspector Davis stood up from the back row and walked forward, notebook in hand. Based on what I've seen so far, she said, this HOA may be overreaching its legal authority in several areas. We'll be launching a full audit. Karen's face crumpled. You can't do this. You're all turning on me. She grabbed the projector remote and flung it across the room. It hit Davis square in the collarbone. The room went silent. Karen Whitfield, I said, moving toward her. You are under arrest for assaulting a county official and harassment of a minor. Please place your hands behind your back. You can't do this, she shrieked as I read her Miranda rights. I built this neighborhood. You also nearly destroyed it, someone muttered. As I walked her out of the building in cuffs, a motion was made to vote on her position. It passed unanimously. Karen Whitfield was officially removed as HOA president. By morning, every news station had picked up the story. HOA president arrested for assaulting. Police officers. Daughter during bus stop meltdown. There were screenshots, video clips, a mugshot that went viral. And now our neighborhood has peace. Kids ride scooters again. Sidewalk chalk is everywhere. Ava wears her shirts proudly. And the only earth tone Karen gets to worry about is the beige walls of the courthouse. If you think HOA Karens like this have gone way too far, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more wild neighborhood justice stories where the loudest. Rule breakers always get caught red-handed. See you in the next one.